Well, the hammer is finally went down on Mr. Robert Kelly, or as a lot of y'all know him as R. Kelly. So yesterday he had a sentencing, and he has officially been sentenced to 30 years in prison. I'm going to be honest. R. Kelly, the musician, genius. One of the best who ever done it in the history of music, especially one of the best who ever done it in the world of R&B. My favorite song by his Backyard Party. It was Bump and Grind, you know why, but Backyard Party just had that cool summertime vibes to it. Like it just wants you to. It makes you want to go outside and just pop open a beer or a shot or whatever. Just reminisce about good times in life. That's what I get from Backyard Party, which is my favorite R. Kelly song. So I got nothing bad to say about R. Kelly, the musician. Now, R. Kelly, the person, I never thought I'd say this, but it has to be said. I am ashamed to share a birthday week with him. As y'all know, my birthday is January 7th. His is January 8th, day apart. He shares a birthday with David Bowie and Sean Paul, the reggae Sean Paul, not the young boy Sean Paul. This is not something. That's kind of a oddity, that's for sure. But it's a shame, man. Like, honestly, for him to do what he did, that's unacceptable. And this has been an ongoing situation for 20 years. I'm not surprised at all that this went down because, like I said, it's been going on for 20 years. I remember hearing about it like middle school, going to high school, that R. Kelly was messing around with underage girls, and it's right there in the text. 1994. Let's rewind back to 94. He did marry an R&B singer, may she rest in peace, another January cat baby by the name of Aaliyah. How old was Aaliyah? 15. How old was R. Kelly at the time? 25. So I think a lot of people saw it right then and there. And it kind of got hush hush in the 90s, I'm sure he was doing it then, but it wasn't as mainstream. It wasn't until 2002 really when things really started to hit the fan. You got this clip of, I don't know for sure. I've never seen the clip, but I've never seen the DVD, whatever. But there's been circulations about him peeing on an underage girl. I would not be surprised if it is true at this point. I would not be. I could see it being true. I'll try to get him benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, we have so many women just speak up, and more on them in a minute. But when you have so many women who speak up, say that he was trying to mess with them and they was under legal age, it makes it hard for his case to be proven towards his side. You can't have that many women speak up on the situation and for your work to be valid. Now, obviously, I will admit that some of the women just did it for clout, but the real women who was part of that, they know who they are, and they're gonna get their justice. The ones who try to hop on for clout, hoping to get some money out of him, you'll get yours down the line. Best believe that. So yeah, it's a shame, man. Like astonishing R&B career, basically up in ashes. It's nobody last you hear from in the world of music. And he's sentenced to 30 years in prison. So is y'all take notes because it's about to well, everything I'm about to say in the next minute or two is about to correlate together. Best believe. There was talks about him beforehand getting life behind bars. There was rumblings about that, but as of yesterday, he only got sentenced to 30 years. Today, the man is 53 years old. So let's just say he does serve the entire 30 years. We're talking about 83 years old when he's out. Now, I want to throw in, okay, good behavior. I've never been to prison, so I don't mean, but I hear about people going to prison here and there, celebrities, non-celebrities, and you may be on your best behavior for a couple of years, and your sentence may get reduced, and you may get out early on good behavior. So I'm going to assume, knowing that I know my laws a little bit, I will say, okay, he's sentenced to 30 years. Okay, let's say he's beyond his best behavior, and he's released. So we're looking about the 24th or the 25th year in his sentence that he could possibly be released. So it's 24, 25 years, get out early on good behavior. So that probably put him out 77, 78. And then there is a pending case in Illinois. So I'm not going to, limit say what the 30 years are going to be enough, it's going to be all. It could be a situation where he could get more years added onto it. So let's just say hypothetically, okay, that case goes against him, and more years are added to his sentence. So now I would say we could be looking like, I'm gonna say like at least another 5 to 10 years, possibly. So maybe like late 80s or early 90s. It could be about the time he's released from jail. And there's no guarantee that he is going to survive 30 years. Like I said, he is up there in age. I'm going. I hope he is able to get out and see the world again. Once he learns his lesson. But I'm almost willing to bank that he is not going to survive the next 30 years. He's going to be dead within the next 30 years, regardless if he would have went to jail or not, or prison or not. So you might as well say he's kind of serving life behind bars anyway. I feel like that's what's about to happen. And just remember this: 30 years. You're talking about age 83. So if that case in Illinois goes wrong, we could be talking another 5 to 10 years. Hell, they could just be like, you know what, give him a life. It's a wrap for him. We're not going to deal with this anymore. So that could be a situation where that can unfold as well. But yeah, like I said, R. Kelly, musical genius, but as a person, human being, shame on him for what he did. Shame. And while we on the subject of pedophiles, we already got one off the street. We already got another one off the street in Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, and speaking of Jeffrey Epstein, that chick that was luring underage girls to Jeffrey Epstein while he was still alive before he went to jail. She wanted to get 20 years for being a part of that. So sucks to be her as well. But while we're on the subject of pedophiles, this is gonna be the only time I mention this guy's name on my channel moving forward, and possibly the last time I mention him. Uh, how about we get that? How about we get that so-called Philadelphia Eagles fan from Bakersfield, California, by the name of EDP445? Let's get him behind bars as well, because I know his fanboys and fangirls gonna come to his rescue and be like, "Oh, there was no 13-year-old girl named Sophie." Okay, and that's right, there was no 13-year-old girl named Sophie. It was CC Unit and Chet Goldstein who made the whole thing up. But the fact that he was willing to meet up with this so-called 13-year-old woman for a cupcake, that should tell you right there where his intentions are. Because, and let's be real, he wasn't just going there for a cupcake. He's not fooling us. We wasn't born yesterday. So if he was willing to do that, this will tell what type of skeletons he has built up that a lot of us don't even know about. So if he's willing to do that, then he's gullible to fall for a good chunk of underage girls. So with that being said, I don't care what he says. He is a pedophile just for that stint alone. So let's lock his ass up too. Get him out of here. Put him behind bars. Get him life. He fleeced the whole law system for years to change. But he may not be in prison now, but guess what? That's going to catch up to him down the line. I guarantee he will be locked up before it's all said and done. R. Kelly thought he can get away for years. Wrong. Came back and bit him in the ass too. So, but yeah, R. Kelly, man, I hope you learned your lesson. If you ever do get out and see the world again, I hope you learned your lesson, because that's not a good look for you at the end of the day, man. Because like I said, too many women spoke up, man, and It makes it hard for a lot of mainstream America to be on your side. You know, even that outburst you had with Gail King didn't even help at all because you see where you're at now, man. Shame. And let us be a lesson to y'all, man. If women, because it's not just guys doing it, women do this too. So I don't want to hear any, oh, there's no women in trouble. You know, let this be a lesson to y'all. Fact check, okay? Make sure if you're over age, make sure you get the correct age, get the age of these people that you're talking to. If they're under 18, walk away. I don't care how cute or handsome you think that person is. Walk away. Don't talk to them anymore. You could be a role model, but that's it. But don't try to engage in sexual activities or S&M activities with that underage person. Walk away. It is not worth 30 years behind bars. It is not worth life behind bars. Save yourself a lifetime in jail. Go the other way. Talk to women your own age. Talk to men your own age. If you can't, and I understand that some people have trouble getting older people, let alone women women or men their own age. So if you can't get a person your own age, then be single. Be single and be lonely. You know, because you better off being single and lonely than being happy with an underage person. At least if you're single and lonely, you won't have to worry about going to jail because you won't have to worry about trying to holler at any underage people. So it's not worth it, people. So make sure you stay on top of your stuff. You know, do your whole research. Make sure they're over age. If they're not, walk away quickly. It's not worth it. R. Kelly, I don't know what to tell you, man. Actually, I do know what to tell you. Shame on you. As long as I can say, man, you knew you was better. You knew better than that. You know these women was going to catch up. You know, was going to get back at you about this. So you thought you was going to get away with it, and you didn't, and it backfired on you big time. So hope you enjoy prison food because that's what you're going to be getting for at least the next 20 years, minimum.